Hey Gemini, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for August 8th, 2023. This is for Gemini. Last shuffle here for Gemini. Let's see what's going on. So we have status quo and we have victim mentality. And you may feel like everyone else, this is a bandwagon energy kind of thing. Like one's offended, so all must be offended kind of thing. It usually comes up like this. They could be calling attention to something that you may find offensive. Oh, they're definitely showing that. There's some sort of offense or something that you may witness, that you may be told about. Due to, they're wanting you to be aware that you're coming from a place, you speak passionately about what happened, that you got to come from that place of of the passion of it, that you want something to stop, right? Look at this. I don't know, you're going to be like an activist today. Anybody dealing with a Gemini, please watch it, because I'm telling you now, and they're coming with the goods too. I mean, I think that you succinctly ruin someone with your words, with the status quo, with Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords, and then Justice as well. Tells me that there's an injustice occurring in society or in your group or in a community that you're living in. And it's like a fight or some sort of struggle or conflict in your community. One side is just foolish. Passion wins in this, is what this kind of shows. Whoever has the most passion, it's not about the size of the dog, it's about the size of the fight. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight and the size of the fight in the dog, right? I'm screwing that up really well, but you get the picture. So this is about passion. Whoever has the most passion, who is coming from a very logical place, who can make their passion make sense to someone else, is going to win. A lot of the passion has to do with being victimized or rooting for the underdog or something like that here. And you may be part of that grouping that is the underdog, and you're standing up for that. But true love here with Temperance and Ten of Pentacles is that you want peace. You're trying to come to everybody like, what are we fighting for? Let's have peace. This is quick action and verbiage. So it needs to be something that matters. It shows us there's something that matters to you. But if you're going to engage in something where you're like rooting or for someone or protesting or an activist of any kind, you have to have a passion for it, or else they're showing that things aren't going to go well for you. So if you're just doing it because it's like an outrage and you just like, oh, everybody's talking about it, it needs to matter to you. And you have to have a point. And that's what Spirit's saying about this, right? You have to have a point. True love, though, here is saying that you're coming from a place of saying this has got to stop. We need to have some peace. What do we want to tell our grandchildren about the time to, this day? They want you to focus on that. That true love energy is when you reflect and look at yourself. That's what you want to be known for, as someone who is saying this has got to change. Something's got to be better. It's got to be better. We've got to be the change we want to see. We've got to be the miracle workers. We've got to be the angels in this. And that's something where they're asking you to be aware of, right? Now we have behind a mask here, because that's how you're going to have to approach it. Even with your words, that needs to be the point. Behind a mask, you have the Chariot and Death, and your intention is it's like you're really coming in to end something. Really, you're not coming in like on the surface. You're like, I want peace, but really you're coming in to be like, this is done. Like when I say it's over, and whatever I've got to do, this is by any means necessary. It's over. I'm done doing it. This is not happening. So behind a mask, you're coming toward, like, that's your end game. It's almost like that's just my end game, period. Okay, is that this is going to stop. But they want you to approach it as a person who is saying we've got to be the energy. We've got to be the change we want to see, right? But there's a way to say this very eloquently where people get the point. And they're showing that you've got that, right? The victimization energy is that you may be smarter than everyone you're speaking to. Like you're trying to make a point and you're in a certain place and it's just like you're explaining it and they don't get not one word, but you're very poetic, right? And they understand slang, but they don't understand like the eloquence of the choice of words or something like that. It shows that you may feel victimized by that. Why am I smart? Why am I miles ahead in the argument than others that are in the same place, and they're not really getting what I'm saying and it's hard for you to dumb it down when you're angry about this or you're passionate about it. And it's like, this is saying that this is the first thing that comes to your mind is what comes out of your mouth. You don't have time to shave it down and cut the fat from the words, right? You're using, this looks like I'm using, I'm telling the truth, right? This is, I'm telling the truth, but you may find that you're just a very eloquent speaker or an eloquent writer. There's something about you. It's just, don't change. They're just say don't change because you mean to end something or stop something that's like an injustice in society. Do it. Go for it in your society, in your group, whatever it is, right? You could be dealing with a Libra, which is very, very fitting, right? Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, or Leo. You could be, yep, that's what I'm seeing here. The only cusp I'm seeing is you could be a Gemini, Cancer cusp, Cancer, Leo cusp. And we also have Libra, Scorpio, Scorpio, Sagittarius. If you're not dealing with these signs at all, these signs could be in your chart. Peace, love, and light. Take care.